Okay, guys. Let us recap what we discussed in the last session. Okay. So what we have discussed in the last class, okay, we have discussed about in the last class we have discussed about bean auto wiring. Okay, bean auto wiring. So what are the bean auto wiring strategies we have discussed in the last class? One is called, sorry, one is called auto wire by name. Other one is auto wire by type. Next one is auto wire by constructor. So these are the different bean auto wiring strategies we have discussed in the last class. So you know how we can differentiate the auto wire by name with auto wire by type. Next, we know how to differentiate the by name with the constructor. And I told in the previous class what we discussed is in by type or constructor, what happens? You are going to get a ambiguity problem. The spring container, if more than one matching being found, right? If more than one candidate is matching for a dependency injection, then we are going to get what? Unsatisfied dependency exception. So to resolve that exception, I told her there is an attribute available called primary attribute, which tells that this bean should have the high priority. Okay, higher priority bean can be configured by using an attribute called what? Primary attribute. So with the help of the primary attribute, we can able to resolve this problem. Am I right? So that's what in the last class I told. So today we are going to look at about a practical code. So we are going to look at an example in which I want to explain auto wire by name as well as auto wire by type and also auto wire by constructor. So we are going to look at about one example only, but we will try to make change to auto wire attribute as by name, next as by type, then as constructor, and we'll conclude the auto wiring concept. Okay, then we are going to look at about what is the meaning of initializing the bean and what is the meaning of destroying the bean. Correct? We have one more concept called interface injection, then bean life cycle. Once you got to know all these things, then we'll start with the annotations part. Am I right? Cool. We'll start with that. Okay. Just meanwhile, I'm preparing my example. I'm just creating a new Maven project that you all guys know. Meanwhile, the TV will switch on. Okay. Online folks, you can see. Offline folks, you can see after once TV is switched on. Just nothing I'm doing. I'm just creating a new Maven project. Meanwhile, I'll make the project ready. That's it. Okay. What is the meaning of wiring? Wiring means connecting. Wiring means what? Connecting. Connecting what? Dependent object and its dependency objects. Connecting these two is called wiring. Okay. So I am making the project ready first. Let us disconnect Wi-Fi first. Okay, now you guys can able to see this. Okay, now we can see just have created one new project which is called Spring Auto Wiring. Okay, this is a project. Now first I'll go to pom.xml file and I will add the dependency tag. So I'll copy the dependency tag. Instead of typing it manually, I just want to copy it. Okay. What I will do here, I will go to dependencies section available in my pom.xml. In the previous example, I have added this dependency tag. Now I want to copy this dependency tag, Control C, and I just want to keep it into the pom.xml file in the Spring Auto Wiring application. Am I clear with that? So here I'm just going to paste it. Here I'm just going to paste it. Am I clear with that? Always remember, where should you write the dependency tag? Under dependency. Dependencies tag is also there under one more parent tag called dependency management. So don't confuse. Dependency management tag is there. Inside that also dependencies tag is available. And a dependencies tag is also available after dependency management. So where do you write your dependency? Where do you write this dependency tag? You have to add this dependency tag after dependency management. There is a dependency tag started. In that, you should add this dependency tag. Are you able to get my point? Right. So everybody do practice. Next. Now, first I want to go to my package com.pack.beans is the name I took. Here, first I want to delete this. By default, hello world program is created. So that program I don't want. I have deleted that file. Okay, right? This is a dependency tag, guys. You need to add. And moreover, one more thing is, please don't delete the existing dependencies. Don't touch them. Don't remove them. Okay, or don't add them. Nothing. Just keep them as it is. You just write your dependency tag. That's it. You can write your dependency tag after the existing dependency tags. Otherwise, you can write above the existing dependency tags. Below or above, it doesn't matter, but don't remove the existing dependency tags. That is the one I want to tell you. Okay, na? Right, now this is going to be the dependency tag. Am I clear with that? Very good. So I'm just going to write the spring-context. Okay, this is the dependency tag I have added in the pom.xml file. Am I clear with that? So next, what is my other step that I need to do here? This is okay. I have added dependency tag. I'm good enough with this. But the next step I need to do is I want to start writing the beans. We want to discuss about, okay, we want to discuss about auto wiring, bean auto wiring. So here, actually, I'm going to create one interface. I'm going to create, guys. One interface I'm going to create actually. And that interface name is, okay, I'm just going to create one interface. That interface name is, okay, let's say notification service. Let's say, for example, I'm creating one interface. What is the interface name? Notification service is an interface, right? And for this interface, otherwise we'll take, for example, instead of notification service, we'll take some other example. See, for example, I'm creating, please understand, I'm just creating one interface called report. Okay, please understand. Okay, report creator. Or the interface name? Report creator is an interface. It has two implementation classes. Okay, one is called PDF report creator. Next one is Excel report creator. So just understand what are these two? PDF report creator, Excel report creator, both are the implementation classes of report creator. Report creator is an interface. These two are the classes, right? And also I'm just creating one more class called report manager. It's directly a class only. This report manager is a dependent class. It depends on report creator. It depends on what? Report creator. Report creator is an interface, which means report manager depends on either PDF report creator or Excel report creator. Are you able to follow me? PDF report creator or Excel report creator. Am I clear with that now? Yes, it is now going to depend on either PDF report creator or Excel report creator. Are you able to follow me now? So which means who is going to be the dependent class? Report manager is a dependent class which depends on report creator. Could be either PDF report creator or Excel report. So report creator is going to be the dependency object. Report manager is the dependent object. Are you able to follow me? Right. In the XML file, remember, only we need to configure the classes but not the interfaces. Suppose you are writing a bean tag in Spring XML file, right? Using bean tag, what classes I can able to configure in the XML? Report manager class I can configure. I'll use one more bean tag to configure what? PDF report creator. And I will use one more bean tag to configure what? Excel report creator. Because bean tag is only to configure the class, not interface. Not interface. Report creator is what? Interface. We cannot configure the interface. What we can configure? Class. Who are the implementation classes of this? PDF report creator or Excel report creator. So I want to show you the ambiguity problem, and also we will solve the ambiguity problem by using primary attribute. Are you able to follow me now? So this is what we want to discuss in our bean auto wiring concept. Okay, right? Let's start. So first I want to start creating one interface called what? Report creator. One interface called report creator with implementation classes called what? PDF report creator and Excel report creator. First, I want to complete this interface and these two classes. After that, I'll start writing this report manager class. Report manager is a dependent class and report creator is its dependency class. Report creator is an interface, which means what? It's a dependency class can be either PDF report creator or Excel report creator. It's implementation class. So we want to discuss AutoWire attribute and we want to know the ambiguity problem and all such kind of things. Okay, guys. So tell me, first, I wanted all interface, the classes, everything in the same package I want to create. Tell me, new interface I want to create first. What I want to create now? Interface. My interface name is what? Report creator. Report creator. It has only one abstract method called generate report or create report, something like that. Okay. So I'm just creating void abstract method. Only one abstract method I'm writing. And you know, if the interface contains a single abstract method, it has a special name called functional interface. Okay, right. Okay, interface report creator void. I just want to say only one method called create report. Guys, I'm just creating create report. Okay, and for example, if you want to take a parameter, you can add parameter. Let's say, for example, I'm writing int pages. Okay, suppose if pages are 5, then this method is going to create report for 5 pages. If pages are 10, this method is going to create the report for 10 pages. Just like that, okay? So create report of parameter int pages. That's the number of pages. One method. This is interface, guys. For this interface, I'm going to write what? Implementation class. I want to create one implementation class called PDF report creator. Tell me, PDF report creator class implements an interface, right? So I should click on add button. I should click on add button here to add the interface name. So tell me, click on which button? Add button. And what is your interface name? Start writing report creator, select it, click on finish. Okay, good. PDF report creator is a class which implements report creator. Here, one SOP statement we will write. What the SOP statement I want to write is system.out.println PDF report creator just I'm writing 2 colons like that, just design only. PDF report creator created report with pages. Okay. So tell me, just I'm writing one message, guys. I think you can able to understand it now. So PDF report creator created report with 10 pages. If pages value is 20, 20 pages. If pages value is 10, 10 pages. Is it clear to all of you now? Is it clear now? This is one class I created called what? PDF report creator. Next, I also want to create one more class. What's the class I want to create? Excel report creator. What is the name? Excel report creator. Sure, we are going to add one more class called Excel report creator. I want to start creating a class I want to create. And what's the class name I want? Excel report creator. It also implements report creator interface only na. So now we just want to, we want to create a class called what? Excel report creator, which implements what? Report creator. So here I want to write one SOP statement. What's my SOP statement? Excel report creator : created report, okay, with pages plus pages. You understood now? Same thing, same message. Okay, just it is Excel report creator. Previous one is what? PDF report creator. Now there are two implementation classes I have created for my interface called what? What's my interface name? Report creator. With the two implementation classes are available. What are the two implementation classes? One is a PDF report creator and second one is the Excel report creator. Am I clear with this now? Now let us start. Let's start, guys. Let's start writing the next class. No problem. New. Let's start with the class. My next class name is what? Report manager. So I want to make this class as a dependent class. Who is my dependent class of my example? Report manager is a dependent class. Report manager depends on report creator. Report manager depends on report creator. So understand this, everybody. I'm writing report creator. Understand, everybody. Report creator. Report creator. You understood my point? Report creator. Report creator. So report creator is a class or an interface? First tell me. It is an interface. We are taking reference variable of type interface as a dependency. Then tell me, if I take a reference variable of interface as a dependency, then we can able to achieve loose coupling. We can achieve what? Loose coupling. Because now to the report manager, I can inject either Excel report creator or PDF report creator. Any one object can be injected. So which is nothing but there is a loose coupling between the dependent object and its dependency object. So I want to define a setter method for injecting the dependency. Okay. And if you want, for example, if you want, you can also take, okay, no problem. Let me directly write now. So I want to take, please understand, I want to take setter method for defining setter method. Public void set report creator of report creator. You know the setter methods, how you can add setter methods, you guys know it, right? This dot report creator equals to what? Report creator. Did everybody understood this? So did everyone understood this point, guys? Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this? So tell me, there is a class called what? There is a class called what? Report manager, which depends on what? Report creator. And we have a setter method called what? Set report creator. And we have this dot report creator is equal to report creator. Now with this, a setter method we have created. Now, after once the setter method is done, now I want to create one just normal method called public void print report. For the method name, print report. Print report into pages. Just I'm taking parameter, okay? But here, to print the report, I want to call the method of report creator. In report creator, there is a method called create report. So simply what I'm calling report creator dot create report of pages. If suppose pages value 10, then what's the message I will get? PDF report creator created report with 10 pages. If it is Excel report, Excel report creator created report with 10 pages. Just we want to get the message like that. Okay. We want to get the message like that. So this is going to be the dependent class. Who is our dependent class, guys? Report manager. And who is our dependency object here? Report creator. Report creator is an interface. So the dependency is can be injected as PDF report creator object or Excel report creator object, because both are the implementation classes of report creator. Am I right? Good. Good. Now, everybody, currently the dependent class is created. Dependency classes are also created. Now we want to go to XML file. But if I want to write XML, Spring XML file, I need to have resources folder. But currently resources folder is created or not created? Not created. So where should I create the resources folder? Under main, src main. Right click on main, go to the new, then create a new folder. What is the folder name, guys? Resources is a folder that you guys need to generate. Now guys, tell me, you got a folder called source main resources. Very good. Previous source main Java. Now you got source main resources. Tell me, right click on resources, then say what? New, then say what? File. Okay. I want to write my file name as config.xml. So in this config.xml, the first 2-3 lines we are going to copy that. We are going to copy the first 2-3 lines, right? Bean stack. Okay. Now, this is the root tag. What is the name of the root tag? Beans. Don't worry. Tell me. Next, bean tags will start. Okay. We know bean tag has ID attribute. ID attribute. ID is equal to your choice. I told only in circular dependency, you should configure a bean with a setter method above the others to solve which problem? Circular dependency. But in other cases, when there is no circular dependency, then do you have any specific order or any order we can use? Any order we can use. No order is preferred here. Any order we can use. No particular order. There is no specific order required. We can use any order. Am I clear with that? So today, first I want to write report manager. ID is equal to what? Report manager. Class is equal to com.pack.beans report manager. Understand? Report manager is a dependent class or a dependency class? Dependent class. Report manager is what, guys? Dependent class. Report manager is a dependent class. It depends on report creator object. Correct? Tell me. The dependency is value, a primitive type of dependency variable is there, or object type of dependency variable is there? Object type. If it is an object type dependency, then can we apply auto wiring? Yes. I told already bean auto wiring facility is given by Spring Container only for injecting the objects, not for injecting the primitive types. Are you getting my point now? It is only for injecting the objects, not for injecting the primitive types. You tell me, suppose I want to open my report manager class. Tell me in the report manager class, it depends on report creator. Okay. Now tell me the dependency is a primitive type of dependency or an object type of dependency? Object type of dependency. If it is an object type of dependency, then can we use auto wiring facility? Yes, we can use auto wiring facility. So for auto wiring facility to use, here we need to add one attribute called what? Auto wire. By default, auto wire is no. Auto wire no means what? Disabled. Auto wire is disabled. But now we want enable auto wiring for the bean. To this bean, I want enable auto wiring facility. So AutoWare attribute is the attribute to add. Equals to. Tell me, we should add some value. For AutoWare attribute, we should add some value. So AutoWare is equal to, let me write. Tell me, AutoWare is equal to, guys tell me, AutoWare is equal to what are the values you know? By name, by type, constructor. Default value, no. Totally how many values are there for AutoWare attribute? 4 values are there. What's the default value? No. For the other values? By name, by type, and the constructor. Now we want to use by name because we want to start our discussion from by name, next by type, then we'll go for constructor. Am I clear with that? So first tell me which value I want, right? By name. This is bean. Am I clear with that? Bean ID is equal to report manager, class is equal to so and so report manager, AutoWare is equal to what? By name. Slash close means what? This is the self-closing tag. I don't have any tail tags. When there are no more tail tags, then we can close it. One more bean. ID is equal to, let's say, PDF creator. Class is equal to com dot, double quotes. Tell me guys, com dot, pack dot, beans dot, what I can write? PDF creator. PDF report creator. This is called self-closing tag. Because if you look at my PDF report creator class, even that class also doesn't contain what? PDF report creator class also does not contain any dependencies. That's why I'm writing self-closing. Okay, no child tags are required. Next, another bean. ID is equal to.
Sir, what is child tag? What is child tag?
Constructor, ARG, property, they are called child tags only, na?
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Excel creator, class equals to com dot, pack dot, beans dot. Tell me, what's the name? Excel report creator. Understood my point? So everybody, there is PDF report creator, Excel report creator. I have configured the beans like this. Okay, XML is also done. Next, we should start writing our main class. In the main, we should start the container. Okay, right? So tell me, what's the AutoWare strategy that we are providing? By name. What by name will do? Means if I write AutoWare by name, what the container do? Container is going to search for a bean whose ID is going to search for a bean with ID matching with the reference variable name. Tell me what is the reference variable name in the report manager class? In the report manager dependent class, what is the reference variable name to inject? Report creator. But tell me what are the IDs available here? PDF creator, Excel creator, but nobody is matching. No one is matching. Able to get my point? So tell me if no one is matching, then Spring Container does not inject the dependency object. If it is not injected the dependency object, then tell me by default, this variable is going to contain which value? This is a reference variable. What's the default value in a reference variable? Null. In a reference variable, by default, null will be there. By default, null will be there. Tell me null dot something. If you call anything on null, what exception you can expect? Null pointer exception. Let us see, are we really going to get null pointer exception or not? Sure. So first, I want to create one more package. New package I want to create. Now, what's the package name I want to create? Com dot pack dot main. Com dot pack dot main. So this is the another package I'm creating, guys. Com dot pack dot main. So under this com dot pack dot main, I want right click and say what new. Then I want to say what? Class. Now I want to make my class name as main with the public static void main method. Tell me in the main class, first step is what, guys? We need to start the Spring container. Who is a Spring container? Application context. Application context or Bean factory also. Tell me how to start application context container, guys. You have to write application context. Context is equal to new class path XML application context of what is your file name, guys? Config.xml. So am I clear with this? Guys, am I clear with this? Application context. Context is equal to new class path XML application context of config.xml. You tell me Spring container started here. And you know, when you provide the name config.xml, then Spring container is going to load all the Bean definitions and it starts creating objects and trying to inject the dependencies now. Very good. Tell me to call the method. Which method I want to call? Print report. To call this method, what object we need? Which class object I need? Report manager. What is the ID of that object in the Spring container? Report manager. So how to get an object from the Spring container? Get bean. Very good. Get bean. But get bean method returns what? Object. The next step is what you need to typecast. One more thing. Suppose if you want to avoid typecasting, another option available. I'm using that another option. Other option, instead of ID, you can also provide class. You can also provide what? Class, required class. Class object of required class. I'll tell you how to pass class object of required class so that you can avoid typecasting. Means now instead of using 2 lines code, now I can just make it as 1 line code. So observe it. How? Report manager, let's say RM is equal to context dot get bean of report manager dot class. If you write like this is required type, class object of required type, class required type parameter. Okay, very good. So here, observe here, guys. Am I providing bean ID or class object of bean? Class object of required type. Required type means class. Class object of class. Okay. Remember, for every class there will be a class object.
Sir, in case of 2 lines code, how do you do it, sir? Can you explain?
That already see the previous examples. Previous examples are 2 lines only.
So that
previous
will be
examples are 2 lines
using
only.
the same with 2 lines only. In this case, we have to use dot class to call the class, right?
Yeah, that is class object. Okay, this is class object. See here, yes. See.
This is class object.
See, just remember this point, right, everybody. Sir, for every class in Java, remember, for every class in Java, there will be a class object created. Here I'm talking about C capital letter because it is a class. Because it is a class. Suppose if I use letter C in lowercase, it is going to be a keyword. If I use, for example, dot class, it is going to be the extension. For every class, a class file is created. For every class, there will be a class file created. That class file extension is what? Dot class. Dot class. Suppose I have a question to you guys. First, I want to tell you basics first, because basics only people will lag. Okay, people at big programs but don't know the basics. For example, a.java. A.java. Inside this, I have created 2 classes, class X, class A. Tell me, after compiling this program, how many dot class files are created? This is the one. What's the file name? A.java is my Java program. Java program is called Java file. But this Java program has how many classes? 2 classes are available. Who are the 2 classes? One is class X and other one is called class A. I have a class X and have another class called what? Class A. Now I want to compile this program. Tell me, after compiling this Java program, how many classes are generated? How many class files are created? How many class files are created, guys? Online people. How many classes are created?
2 dot class files will be created.
Exactly. You are right. 2 dot class files are created. 2 dot class files are created. What are the 2 dot class files? X dot class and A dot class. For every class, a class file will be generated. What is there in our mind? If our program name is a.java, after compiling a.class file will be created. But in the same program, in the same Java program or Java file, how many classes are available? 2 classes are available. Class file will be generated for every class. Class file will be generated for every class, not for only .java file. Okay. In a single .java file, if there are 2 classes, how many classes files are generated? 2 class files are generated. One is x dot class and second one is a dot class. That you need to understand. Cool. That's a basic point. Please try to know. So there are later, if time permits, I'll talk about more on this class like this. But currently, remember, there are 3 things available in Java. This is class name. It is a class in java.lang package. In which package? Java.lang. In the java.lang package, there is a class. Okay. This class is a keyword. This is the file extension. Okay, na? Right. Let us
You are using file extension, right, sir? So
yes.
in this case, you are using file extension, right, sir? Okay.
I'm using file extension. Yes. Are you able to
Thank
follow
you,
me?
sir.
Right. Good. Good. So, see. So this class object will be created. Understand, guys? This class object will be created for every class in Java. When a class gets loaded into the Java virtual machine, JVM, there will be a class object created for every class. Okay, class object for every class created. How to access that class object? By calling dot class property. Class property. Every class has a class property. Class is a property, class is a keyword, class is a class, dot class is file extension, class. That many times class is available in Java. Okay, right? Good. Presently, understand this because it's again a big story. See. So if I want to write a single line of statement, then you please remember like this. Okay, you can provide class object of required type. Simply your class name dot class. If you can provide your class name dot class. So what is your class name? Report manager dot class. Then you can no need to typecast it now. Directly you got RM. Now RM dot means report manager object. RM dot, which method I want to call? Print report of 10 pages. How many pages? 10. Print report of 10. 10 means 10 pages I want to print the report now. Now, let us say, for example, if I run the program, we are expecting what exception now? Null pointer exception. Sure. We are going to get the null pointer exception for sure. First of all, how can I build this Maven project? Right click on the project name. Run as Maven builder dot. Tell me what's the goal I need to enter? Package. Then click on run button. You will get build success. Once after getting the build success, then we are going to refresh the project once. Got it now? Very good. Now I want to talk about right click and refresh once. After refreshing, you can see the target folder is actually going to contain the jar file. Jar file is there. Very good. Tell me how to run this main class now. Directly we can run now. Just right click. Run as Java application. Tell me what is the exception that we expected? Null pointer exception. We got the null pointer exception only now. Very good. Very good. We got the reason also because this dot report creator is null. Why it is null? Because container has not injected the dependency object. Why container has not injected the dependency object by calling this a setter method, even though I'm enabling AutoWire attribute? Because what the strategy I provided? By name. What by name strategy? What happens when you write AutoWire value by name? If you set AutoWire is equal to by name, then the container is going to check for, or is going to search for, better word, is going to search for a bean whose ID is matching with reference variable name. Tell me, there are two beans are available, other beans are available, PDF creator and Excel creator. But what is the reference variable name? Report creator. Is matching or not matching? Not matching. That's why it is not injected. If dependency is not injected, then it's going to call this reference variable contains default value as what? Null. That's why we are getting what exception? Null pointer exception. Is it clear for this? Next time. I'll go to my XML file. Instead of writing it as PDF report creator, I want to write what? Report creator. Okay, na? So tell me. If I use AutoWire is equal to by name, what the container do? What the Spring container will do when we write ID is equal to report creator? The container is going to search for the bean ID, which is matching with the reference variable name. What is the reference variable name? Report creator. What is the bean ID also? There is a matching bean available. If there is a matching candidate is available, it'll inject the dependency object or not? Yes. Now tell me which object is injected? By calling the setter method. PDF report creator object is injected. Able to follow me? Okay. Okay. Because I did some change, I have to rebuild my project. Directly we can run, but in real application to rebuild. Tell me how to rebuild now. Maven build dot. First, clean the previous build, create the new build. Tell me what are the two commands I have to execute Maven commands? Clean space package. That's why Maven knowledge is important. Clean space package. After getting build success, right click and refresh. Now execute the main. Sir, without doing all these things also, in my system, I can run my programs. I know, but that is not the proper process. For your applications, okay, but in the real-time applications, it won't work. Okay? Big applications. Now you tell me, we got the response called what? PDF report creator, create a report with 10 pages. Previously, we got null pointer exception. Now this time, by name is working or not working? Working. So one is clear. I have a question to you. Sir, what happens if I write the second bean ID is also report creator? Huh? Now it is not ambiguity. First of all, this is wrong XML. XML is wrong. Why? Because we cannot write the same ID for two beans. IDs are unique. IDs are unique. You can't configure two beans with the same ID. You can't configure two beans with the same ID. ID is a uniqueness. ID is a uniqueness. Okay? So there is no chance. Okay, I want to change back PDF creator. Now I want to start working with by type. Tell me, if AutoWire is equal to by type, do you know what the Spring container do? It is going to check for a bean class matches with the type of the reference variable. Tell me, what is the type of the reference variable in the report manager class? Report creator is a type of the reference variable. Tell me, what are the bean classes available? PDF report creator is available. Excel report creator is available. My question to all of you is, These two classes are matching with the type report creator or not? These two classes are matching with the type report creator or not? These two classes are matching with the report creator type or not? These two classes are matching, these two bin classes are matching with the type report creator or not? Yes, they are matching. Because these two are implementation classes of report creator interface only. These two are the classes implements what? Report creator. Nothing but these two classes are matching with the type. Matching with the type. It is matching with the type. Sir, list is an interface. Array list and linked list are two implementation classes of list only, na? Can I call array list as a list or not? Linked list also as a list or not? Why? Because array list and linked list both are the implementation classes of list interface only. These two are the implementation classes of report creator. So this is matching. A question now. How many beans are matching with the type? Two beans are matching. This is called ambiguity. Because of this ambiguity, we are going to get exception. Let's see, we are going to get exception or not. We are going to get the exception because of the ambiguity problem. So let us right click and say run as maven build dot dot. Then I say clean package. Clean space package. After that, once we get the build success, now we are going to right click and refresh once. Everybody got my point? My project, I have right clicked and refresh. Once I refresh is done, I want to go to this main class. I want to execute this main. This is what we expected. Okay, see on top, the root exception. What is the exception? Unsatisfied dependency exception. I told in the last class, the root exception is called unsatisfied dependency exception. You can see the message, error creating a bean with name report manager defined in the class path resource config.xml. Okay, so expressed through bean property report creator, no qualifying bean of type report creator available, expected single matching bean, but found 2. You are getting a clear message. Expected single matching bean, correct? But found 2. That's why ambiguity problem occurred. Because of ambiguity, what is the exception thrown? Because of the ambiguity problem, what's the exception thrown? Unsatisfied dependency exception. What's the exception name? Unsatisfied dependency exception is thrown. Am I right or not? Very good. Tell me how to resolve this exception. By using primary attribute. Primary tells higher priority bean. Let us do that. Let us do that. Folks in online, please try to understand this. I want to go to XML file. I want to go to XML file. Let me check. Let me say that Excel report creator is primary bean, which means primary is equal to true. Primary is equal to true. By writing primary is equal to true, it is going to become like a primary bean. It is going to become like a primary bean. Am I clear with that? Am I clear with that? It is going to be what bean? Primary bean. Yes, primary bean. Let us right click, please. Maven build dot dot. Without this also I can run, guys, but I want to follow the process. Once I got the build success, I want right click and refresh. Now I want to go to my main class. I want to run this. Now see, you got the message here. You got the answer. For the answer, Excel report creator created report with 10 pages. So which attribute has provided solution for my exception? Primary. If you're at a primary attribute, what does it mean? If you're at the primary attribute, what does it mean? The bean with the primary attribute will have the higher priority in case of ambiguity. If there is an ambiguity occurred, then which bean will get higher priority? Primary. Primary. So primary attribute is used to provide higher priority for a bean in case of ambiguities. So guys, what is the new attribute you guys learned it? Primary attribute. Very good. What's the last value I need to explain? Constructor. Constructor. What's the default value? No. Default value, no. What are the other values? By name, by type, constructor. Tell me auto var is equal to by constructor. Guys, tell me what is happening in this case. Again, the container is going to search for a bean class matching with the type of the reference variable. Correct? But how many classes are matching? 2. Again, ambiguity problem occur. To resolve ambiguity, what attribute we are adding? Primary attribute. But the dependency is injected by the container through constructor. Through what? Constructor. I have a question to you. In this class, in the dependent class, is there any constructor defined for injecting the dependency object? No. Setter method defined, but there is no constructor is defined for injecting what? Dependency object. That's why we are going to get exception. What we are going to get now? Exception. Let's see that exception first. Guys, are you following this? Are you following the auto var attribute like by name, by type, constructor? Build success, guys. And once after getting the build success, let us refresh once. And once we did the refresh, then we want to run this application. Then tell me, we are getting what exception? Null pointer exception. Why? Because there is no constructor available. So now, how can I overcome this exception now? By defining the constructor. Okay. Tell me, a constructor with argument required. How do you define the constructor? Class name and constructor name both must be same. Of report manager of report creator, report creator. What I can write here? This dot report creator is equal to report creator. Tell me, this is called a setter method or it is a constructor? It is a constructor. Now you tell me, in the config.xml file, we have written auto var is equal to what? Constructor. Constructor is matching or not matching? Constructor is matching or not matching now? Available. Now tell me, dependency is injected or not injected? Injected. For example, this time, just to get a clarity, I don't want to use a primary attribute for this bean, but I want to add the primary attribute for the PDF report creator. You tell me now which object will be injected by the Spring container? PDF report creator, not the Excel report creator. Because for which bean I am writing primary? PDF. Can I write primary is equal to true for both of them? No. If two beans are of same type, then we can't use primary for both of them. That will give you again exception. XML is invalid XML. Able to follow me? Right. So we'll see that. Right click. Let's clean. Let's pack once again. Today my son has not attended the college due to fever. I got the message. అట్లనే మీ పేరెంట్స్ కూడా పంపించాలి. ఎవరైతే క్లాస్కి రాలేదో ఆ రోజు ఏమంటే మీ పేరెంట్కి ఒక మెసేజ్ పోవాలి. విల్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ దట్ ఫ్రమ్ అశోక్ ఐటీ. మా దగ్గర సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఉంది ఆల్రెడీ. విల్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ఇట్. మీరు క్లాస్కి రాలేదనుకోండి, టు యువర్ పేరెంట్ విల్ సెండ్ ఏ మెసేజ్. తెలుగులో పంపిస్తాం. తెలుగు, హిందీ, ఇంగ్లీష్. రైట్. పాపం వాళ్ళు అక్కడ కష్టపడి అలా చెమట ఓడ్చి చదువుకుంటారని పంపిస్తే కాసేపు కొడతారు. మీరు ఏ దేవుడికి దండం పెట్టాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. రైట్? పేరెంట్స్ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఇస్తే చాలు. పేరెంట్స్కి ఇవ్వాలి, తర్వాత గురువుకి ఇవ్వాలి, నాకు ఇవ్వాలి. తల్లి, తండ్రి, గురువు, దైవం, ఆ తర్వాతనే దేవుడు. Good, excellent. Okay, let's go ahead. Nice. Let's do that. Okay. Come to the point. Listen here. Now tell me, this time Excel report creator is injected or PDF report creator injected? PDF report creator is injected. Injected, na? Very good. So this is how you guys need to understand. What you guys understood now? You guys have understood that. Okay, you guys have understood that there are different attributes for the different values for the AutoWire attribute. One is called by name and second one is called by type. Next one is called constructor. Constructor. Right. Okay. Constructor. By default values, no. AutoWire is equal to what? By default value? No. Okay. Sir, what happens if we have a doubt? I want to write primary for this one also. Let's try. Do the memo. Okay. Right click. Run as Maven build dot. Clean package. Clean package. Okay, na? Now what you say, right click and refresh. Once again, you run the main class. What are you getting? Exception are you getting? What's the exception? Unsatisfied. Why, sir? Again, how many higher priority beans are found? 2 are found. Again, that is ambiguity. That's why again we are getting what exception? Unsatisfied. So tell me, for 2 beans we can write primary is equal to true with higher priority, or only 1 bean can have it? Only 1 bean. If 2 beans are also having it, again it is going to become ambiguity problem. For that, which exception will be thrown? Unsatisfied dependence exception will be thrown. Am I clear with the AutoWire attribute and AutoWire attribute values? All these things are clear for you? Am I clear with that? Good, nice. Now let us move on to discuss about the next topic. Guys, everybody in online, just give me your reply. Sorry. No, you can also read, sir. You want? Sure. Suppose copy this configuration of bean tag, write for one more time, make it as Excel creator 2. Okay, now you tell me how many times I'm configuring the same class called Excel report creator class. 2 times I configure this class as bean in the XML file with the different IDs. Then how many objects are created for Excel report creator? 2 objects are created. If you have a doubt, go to the constructor, write one SOP statement in the constructor. Whenever the object is created, constructor gets executed. If that constructor is 2 times executed, means 2 objects are created. You can check like that. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
If I don't use AutoWire can I mix 2 of them together, AutoWire and non-AutoWire in one?
No, sure. You can mix it. That's a good question. You can mix up. See, AutoWire is equal to constructor or some name by type or constructor, whatever. And then you can start writing child tag, property tag, or constructor ARG tag for the other dependencies.
Okay.
For the other dependencies. Okay.
For the other dependency, if I have, if I think like if I want to test both scenarios, one is without AutoWire and one with AutoWire.
Yes.
The same class. I can get 2 different objects with 2 different methodology.
That depends on property tag what you are writing. Property tag or constructor-ARG tag, that object gets injected.
That object gets injected.
Yes. Yeah.
In this case, AutoWire, you don't need to worry about that
you
property tag.
I will do one thing. So to just tell you, and even to confirm for everyone, look at this, guys. In the report manager class, I don't want to take the pages as a parameter. I want to take pages as a private variable. You tell me now, this report manager class has how many dependencies, guys? 2 dependencies are there. In that, one is a object type dependency and other one is a primitive type dependency. One is object type dependency, other one is a primitive type dependency. Who is a primitive type dependency? Pages. But for primitive type dependency, auto varying does not work. Auto varying facility is only given by the container for injecting the objects, not for primitives. Okay, first of all, I have created example. I have created, please understand, a constructor. So can I write 2 constructors in one class? Can I write
Yes,
2
sir.
constructors in one class?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's constructor overloading.
This is called constructor overloading. Tell me, 2 constructors are available. This constructor is for injecting the object or injecting the primitive variable? Primitive variable. But for primitive variable, can I use AutoVar? Can I use AutoVar for primitive variable? No, AutoVar does not work for primitive variable. That's why under the bean tag, what I am writing? Constructor hyphen arg. What is the name of the argument? Pages. Pages are next value. Let's say value is equal to 15 pages. Sir, pages is an integer variable. Then why are you writing the value in double quotes? Double quotes is a string na. In XML file, if it is an attribute, you must write the value in double quotes only. You don't worry, Spring will take care of converting this string to integer. That will be taken care by Spring framework. Value 15, you must write within double quotes. Because if this is an attribute in XML file, every attribute value must be within double quotes. That's XML rule. That's XML rule. Tell me. No. We can't pass dynamic values to XML. Okay. So you can observe here. Understand the point here, guys. So tell me, constructor hyphen arg, name is equal to pages, value is equal to 15. Tell me why I'm writing constructor hyphen arg tag again here. Already written AutoVar is equal to constructor. But this AutoVar will work only for object type dependency. But pages is a primitive type. For primitive type dependency, AutoVar does not work. That's why I'm writing constructor hyphen arg tag. Did you guys understood why I'm writing this? Got the point now? Let us run this code. Let us build again. Right click and refresh. Able to get my point? Next, run this program. What is the exception I'm getting? Null pointer exception. What is saying that this dot report creator is null. Tell me why I'm getting null pointer exception when I'm writing config.xml file like this. I'm writing AutoVar is equal to what? Constructor. Again, I'm writing constructor hyphen arg. If I write both constructor AutoVaring and constructor hyphen arg tag, then constructor hyphen arg tag is preferred. Nothing but while creating the object, tell me 2 constructors can be executed at a time or only one can be executed. There are 2 constructors available, right? While creating the object, both of them are executed at a time or only one can be executed? Only one can be executed. Which one is executed now? Pages one executed. Second one executed or not executed? That's why what I'm getting? null point exception. So what you have to do is, if both are available, change to auto-where is equal to by name or by type. Now run this application. Actually, to build now, but without build also I can run. Run this application, see the output now. Able to follow me now? Right. So you have to take care at the time of running the configuration, how many constructors are available, and based on that, use auto-where is equal to either constructor, by type, or by name. Depends on that. But my intention is what? Yes, you can mix. My intention is what? You can mix auto-where concept and also you can add tags. But when to write the tags again? If the dependency is a primitive variable. If the dependency is an object type reference variable, then tell me who will take care? Auto-where will take care. If it is a primitive variable, auto-where will not do. So for that, you should write what? Tags. See here, which tag I am writing? Constructor hyphen arg. Am I clear with all the other explanations as well? So with this, you got a good knowledge on the concept of what? You got the good knowledge on the concept of what? Auto-where. What are the different values of auto-where attribute? By name, by type, constructor? No. Default value is no. Am I clear with this now? Good. I will write all the points. I'll copy this example, everything into the document, and so that you can able to access my document today. Next. Because if I start writing the statements, it'll take more time. Now, we'll start with the other topic. We want to know about what is the meaning of bean initialization. First, let me open the document. In the last class, in the first time, 1 minute. Last one, 2 times space time now. Sorry. That done. See, now we want to talk about, as in interviews, all these things are very important, guys. What is auto-wiring? Next, we are going to see annotations also. @ auto-word annotation, very important. We are going to see that. Okay, annotations. @ component, @ auto-word. These are all @ qualifier. So these are XML. Next, we are going to talk with annotations as well. Okay, we are also going to discuss with the annotations also. But currently, we are discussing with the XML file. Am I clear with that? Very good. Please try to understand this, guys. What I am trying to tell you is that, guys, bean life cycle, before we start understanding about a Spring Bean life cycle, that is also very important for interviews. These are definite questions, mandatory. Constructor, setter, interface injection means what? Okay, what is a circular dependency? Okay, and how do you resolve the problem? What is loose coupling and tight coupling? Who is Spring container? Right? What is auto wiring? What is Spring Bean life cycle? Then annotations. Right? What is setter injection? What is constructor injection? What is the difference between setter injection and constructor injection? What's the difference between dependency injection and dependency lookup? I told already. So far, whatever the notes I have given, this is very, 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 very important. Upcoming also very, very important. Okay. So please try to recap what that you have learned. See here, guys. I want to talk about a concept called initializing a bean and disposing a bean. That's what we want to discuss now. Next, I also want to talk about another very important concept called bean scope. What is that? Bean scope. In that, we will see what is singleton, what is prototype, how to make a class as a singleton class in Java. So many things are there. I'm going to talk about that. That's called singleton design pattern. See, look at this. Please try to, everybody, please try to focus here. Please try to focus here. Guys, I want to talk about a concept called as what is the meaning of initializing a bean. Okay, initializing a bean in the sense, guys, bean means what here? Object. Spring container creates objects, na? Those objects are called beans. So in Spring container, there are beans, means objects. See, what actually happens is, my concept is, after the dependencies are injected, I repeat once again, guys, after dependencies are injected, immediately, if you want to execute any logic, or if you want to execute any code, that code you should write as a bean initialization. After injecting the dependencies, once again I'm repeating, after the dependencies are injected, if you want to execute any logic or code, then you have to define it as a initialization logic of the bean. So we want to understand, everybody try to get the concept now. We want to understand what does it mean. I'll give examples, don't worry. See, so everybody at least try to catch what I'm trying to say. I have a class, sir. Please try to understand. Suppose I have a class called, okay, let me delete all these things. Suppose I have a class called, let's say, understand, there is a class called message sender. Let's say I have a class called message sender. I'm creating a class. So this class, actually this class should send a message. Just I'm writing like that. A message, this is a message envelope. So this class actually need to send a message to the server, message server. Okay. Now the server, for example, will store this message for some time. There is one more guy, message receiver. Message receiver is one more class. It will come to the server and will collect it. Scenario. This is actually called a messaging system. This is a way of sending the message and receiving the message and processing the message, right? This is what happening in your when you place an order in in e-commerce applications like in Flipkart or Amazon or eBay or everywhere. The same process will work. Okay, this we are also going to see in our Spring Boot with microservices. Okay, we have a concept called Spring Boot with messaging. Okay, there I'm going to talk about Apache Kafka. Apache Kafka, Kafka. Kafka. Kafka is a message broker, otherwise messaging server, something like that. We'll see that. See, this is message sender, this is message receiver. Leave about that, but I want sender. Look at only sender part. Actually, this message sender is a class. It has to send a message to the server. So to the message sender, there are properties available called server IP, server port. So what are the dependencies of message sender? Server IP and server port are the dependencies. Able to get my point? So tell me what and what are injected to the message sender object? Server IP is injected, server port is dependencies are injected. Once these two dependencies are injected, means dependencies are injected now. Now immediately the logic I want to execute is what? By using this IP address and port number, I want to write a logic to connect with the there is a logic to connect with server. Because to connect with server, what and what values are required? Server IP address required, server port number required. Both are injected now. So after injecting the dependencies, which logic I want to execute immediately? Connecting with the server. This is a logic I want to execute immediately. So whatever the logic, you want to execute what? Immediately after injecting the dependencies. That logic you should write like a initialization logic. It could be the connecting with the messaging server, or connecting with the database server, or connecting with the email server. Any such type of logic. Then guys, you tell me that type of logic, we are going to write like what type of logic? Initialization logic. The logic which you want to execute immediately after the dependencies are injected. That logic you should define as a what type of logic, guys? Initialization logic. That logic you should define like a initialization logic. Sir, how to define it as initialization logic? For that, Spring has provided one interface called initializing bean. This is one interface which is given by Spring Framework only. And this interface initializing bean has one abstract method called after properties set. What's the method name? Method only telling now. After what? Properties set means properties are injected. That's what the meaning of it now. After means after injecting the dependencies. Then tell me what's the method available in this interface? After property set. Then tell me where should I write this initialization logic? In this method. Which method? After property set method. To write the logic in this method, my class has to implement this interface or not? Which interface? Initializing bean. This is called bean initialization. Like this. Suppose my Spring container is going to shut down. Means my container is going to be closed. At that time, I want to immediately execute the logic to disconnect with the server. Disconnect with the server. I wanted a logic to close the connection with the server. Now, where should I write this? This logic should execute automatically whenever the Spring container is going to shut down. Because if the Spring container shut down, all the beans are destroyed. Inside the container, beans are there. Beans means what? Objects. Who created them? Container. If a container closed, the objects are also deleted. Able to follow me? Now, before deleting, before destroying, I want to execute this logic at the time of destroying the bean. So where should I write this type of logic? For that, you have to implement your class from another bean called disposable bean interface. So Spring Framework has provided a solution that I am providing two interfaces to you. What are the two interfaces? Initializing bean, disposable bean. Use them and write the logic. Disposable bean is also an interface which provided a single abstract method. Its name is destroy. What's the name? Destroy. So tell me, where should I write the logic to disconnect with the servers? In the destroy method. Where should I write the logic to connect with the servers? In the after property set method. Right? So tell me, after property set method is provided from which interface? And destroy method is provided from which interface? Disposable bean. So what are the two interfaces that you learned from Spring Framework today now? Initializing bean and disposable. In our Java 8 terminology, these are called as functional interfaces because they have only one abstract method. That's why they are called functional. Okay, right. So, but these are the two things you learned today. Tomorrow I'll tell you how to write. Okay, tomorrow, if possible, I'll also complete bean lifecycle. After completing this, I also want to explain about what bean lifecycle. Spring bean lifecycle, very important. Spring bean lifecycle. That also will complete by tomorrow only. So if you complete tomorrow, then From day of tomorrow, freshly, we are going to start with the annotations. What we are going to start with? Annotations. So annotations is more important. This XML knowledge is added advantage because here only you are learning about important interview questions. Okay, right? Next, we are going to start with annotation. To understand, before we enter into annotations, first tomorrow we want to complete about a concept called what? Bean life cycle. To complete bean life cycle, first you should know about what's the meaning of initializing the bean and what's the meaning of destroying the bean. Because in life cycle, initialization, destroying both are required. In life cycle, initialization will be there, destroy will be there. Life cycle contains all those things. Thread object also, you have states, right? Thread is created, new state. Okay, runnable state, running state. Okay, non-runnable state, that's called waiting state. Next, dead state. Similarly, for a bean also, bean must be initialized and bean must be destroyed. That's why you must know these two. Then only I can talk about life cycle. Able to follow me? I'll continue tomorrow, folks. Today, at some point of time, I will add this today's example into the document. And first I will add all the statements which are related to bean auto wiring. Then I'll share the notes with you. And please download it and try to practice the example. You can expect, okay, all these things after 4 p.m. Okay, right? After 4 p.m. today, I will add the statements of bean auto wiring and the example I will copy paste here and I'll share the notes. Okay, na? Thanks. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.